What's up, y'all? It's your guy eBay Fight Predictions in the building, and this is a very, very special video. This is your year-end awards, the greatest year-end awards video on the planet, and it's gonna be by your guy eBay Fight Predictions and Ed. Fight Talk number 23, baby. We're here. But hope you guys enjoy it. Ed, man, before we get into these year-end awards, we're gonna do 3 of them. Man, what's your thoughts about this year, man? Honestly.
This year's been it's been like we started the year off really well, didn't we?
Yeah.
So like in terms of Brazil 283, 284, 285, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And
And
then you're like,
uh
and then obviously you're like, how can you get better than that? And obviously for me being like a UK MMA fan, you're like, oh, you get 286 on your turf, and like that's only been our second pay-per-view numbered event ever, which
yeah.
was a big deal for us. And it's against Kamaru Usman in the trilogy as well.
Yeah.
We get around that. And then obviously everything's centered towards like International Fight Week and 290, where we saw some upsets there.
Yeah.
And obviously the back end of the year as well, when you guys have the fall, you guys call it the fall, right?
Yeah.
September, October, November, December, we saw some amazing fights and some. Honestly, it's just one of those years where you put certain things on your bingo card at the start of the year, and you say this guy's going to be the champ at the end of the year. You're going to be like, what the fuck? Do you know what I mean?
It's crazy, man. It's kind of crazy, and like funny. You said that I'm actually gonna do a segment with you at the end of the show, but we'll talk about that later. But I'll give my thoughts to this year. First of all, I just want to say the UFC, they brought it this year. It was way better, first of all, than last year. I think we can all admit that. The pay-per-views were way better. They stacked the cards properly, and they gave us the fights we wanted. And it just was a better product this year. They actually tried, and it just felt like it was a legitimate effort this year. The fight nights were a little better this year. The pay-per-views just killed it this year. We didn't have these weird, wonky pay-per-views that were stupid and retarded. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we didn't have like the Nate Diaz comes that shit show, did we? Like, we didn't have anything like that.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. That's all. That's all we needed to say.
And
Like, yeah.
The only thing that obviously separates it from this year, I can't remember a time where a card collapsed and they brought it back like that. Like, so regardless of the outcome of the fights, we have to like the guys like Kamaru Usman and Volkanovski really stepped up, particularly in that Abu Dhabi card.
Man.
So stuff like that, you know what I mean? The stuff like that gets us excited. And like me, like myself, regardless of people wanting a certain fighters to lose or whatnot, I was just pleased that obviously the card was rescued and we got a great card out of it as a result. Do you know what I mean? We didn't miss out, or we didn't feel like we lost out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And I think that starts the award. So let's get into it, man. Let's talk about pay-per-view of the year. So I'm gonna start off with my nominations, right? I'm gonna show it to you guys here. And yeah, so these are my nominations, man. I went with number 5. I went with John Jones versus Gane, UFC 285. I mean, that card in itself was great. Shavkat versus Jeff Neal, Cody Garbrandt getting a win over Trevin Jones, Derek Brunson versus Dricus Duplessis on the preliminaries. I mean, Alexa Grasso ending Chef Mickey's career was phenomenal. So got to put that at number 5. Pierre versus Adesanya. Yeah, the evil Adesanya got the knockout, but hey, still was a great show. Rob Font knocked out Adrian Yanez, and Gilbert Burns ended Masvidal Bum's career. So I put that at number 4. Number 3, I mean, UFC 291. Like, come on now. Fucking the people's elbow on Dustin Poirier's head. What had that? Gaethje knocking him out to oblivion was great. Alex Pierre ending the Journeyman Yan nonsense. Phenomenal. Great card. Can't be mad at it. And at number 2, this was a tough one, man. Volkanovski versus Rodriguez. I mean, Moreno versus Pantoja 2. Hooker versus Turner. phenomenal card.
Robbie Lawler went out with a bang as well. Is that the card that Robbie Lawler went out with a bang?
Yep, yes, sir. And last but not least, Dricus Duplessis, my African brother, ended the Robert Whitaker.
You know that clip runs right through in my head. Get him! And then you throw the 3-piece on the screen.
Yeah. But there can only be one number one. There can only be one spot for number one. And my God was UFC 295.
Yeah, let's go. That was my number one as well. Let's go.
Pay-per-view of the year. So me and both Ed kind of went with UFC 295. Yuri Prochazka getting slayed and getting destroyed was the highlight. Obviously we're gonna be running it back. Me and the Yuri fangirls. Oh, when Rakic disposes of the dead body at UFC 300 and we end this war. But, I won't say too much. And I'm going to give Ed the floor and I'm going to let him talk about his nominations. But, yeah, man, let me get Ed's things up. But I'm going to let you do your piece, brother.
What do you want to just do pay-per-views first? Yeah, because we talked about pay-per-views.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to give
Honestly, mine's the same as yours, Reed. I've got the same 5 pay-per-views on the list as you do. It's just in a different order.
Yeah.
95, 295 and 290 are 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I got 285 as number 3, particularly because Grasso getting the upset was a big thing for me.
Yeah.
And obviously John Jones claiming a second bout in a different division.
Yeah.
That was a big statement as well. 287 was very underrated for me.
Mm-hmm.
You got the narrative of Izzy winning, obviously him getting that duck off his back, and he had a lot of mental demons coming into the fight.
Yeah.
Jorge retiring on home soil, fighting in Miami finally, and a whole bunch of other stuff on that card as well that was really good.
Yeah.
And 291 was on mine because I did like Kopylov getting a finish and Gaethje getting a finish, and there was a whole bunch of other stuff on there as well.
Yeah.
For me, it was just like Gaethje, that was 6 years in the making, and Pereira announces himself in a new weight class after getting knocked out 3 months prior. That was a big statement for him as well.
Yeah. And
you know what? Like, honestly, that was a card where you see 2 individuals show real adversity and they kind of come back and show themselves to, get out of it on the other side. We got Pereira, like I said, Pereira's been knocked out. Not only does he win that fight, but he also goes on to win the belt at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So that's why that event was a big. That's why that event got in my top 5. And Gaethje, like I said, Gaethje lost to Poirier 6 years ago, and he showed the improvements as well. And it got to a point where I think I was saying to you after that fight, one of the fight talks will be up there where I said it. I was that impressed with him. I was just so interested in watching him fight Makhachev.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, him versus Islam would be great, honestly. So, man, I don't know. It's a really interesting fight. I don't know. Obviously, the questions about his takedown defense is gonna be everyone's question. But
also, even with the Khabib footage, like we saw Khabib take like 10 leg kicks. We saw him eat the hooks that he did. It's like I just don't look at Islam in the same mold. If I'm honest with you, Islam's a very skilled fighter, and he did really well this year. But it's like he looks so human to me compared to Khabib. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how to explain
it's that Volk fight. I mean, it's like it gives everyone hope. There's a chance. There's a legitimate chance. But do you want to talk about? I mean, obviously we know it's 295, but do you want to talk about 295?
295, sure. 295 or 296 you want to talk about?
I mean, 295 for you. And why it's your pay per view of the year?
295.
I mean, sure. Obviously, we all know Tommy Aspinall winning the interim.
Tommy Aspinall. It's a big thing. It's a big thing for us in the UK because obviously, you'll know this as well because you're a combat sports fan yourself. You'll know that MSG is just a big thing.
Yeah.
He went to MSG on 2 weeks' notice and fought the scariest puncher in the division and knocked him out in a minute. That was big for us, and I never doubted him for a second. Like, I was confident, and I picked him to win by finish. And for me, I just never doubted him. And then you got Benoit Saint Denis. He's had an amazing year. Yep. He cracks the top 15 with his performance. Diego Lopez is another fighter that I'm really starting to like, and that's one thing I can say about this year. And I'm sure you'll agree with me as well.
Yeah,
the UFC have done a great job of putting these fighters and giving them a platform, and we can be like, oh, I like this guy, I like that guy, I like this guy, and I'm like, I'm loving Nate the Train, I'm loving Diego Lopez, I'm loving Matt Frivola, I'm loving Benoit Saint Denis, and you'll look at it yourself like it's just whatever card comes next, you're like, oh, like I love this set of fights that they've gotten in. I kind of like the fighters.
Yeah.
It makes me look forward to the events a lot more than I used to. When I used to, like, especially when I was very earlier in my days watching MMA, I only used to really like 2 or 3 fighters. But now I look forward to cards, and I look forward to seeing certain matchups.
Yeah, I feel it, man.
And I forgot Nazima and Vyacheslav.
Oh yeah, that was on the pay-per-view, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
I completely forgot about that.
yeah.
And
And
since we're talking about Mr. Nazim, I think we got to go to the the fights of the year, and I'm gonna let Ed actually start the nominations and obviously his fight of the year. Let me find his little slot thing. But yeah, man, it's been crazy, man. Some crazy fights. So I'll let Ed start his top 4, his nominations, and then he'll
yeah.
talk about his fight of the year.
First one I got, this is going to sound like a casual pick, but I've got Shavkat versus Jeff Neal. I think both of them went into that fight, a lot of question marks. Are they ready to step up, fight in the big time, in the big scene, and all that stuff, and being on the main card of a pay-per-view? How's Shavkat going to deal with someone like Jeff Neal, who's got great takedown defense, but also phenomenal power puncher? How's Jeff Neal going to deal with someone like Shavkat? Jeff Neal actually pulled. They were supposed to fight 2 or 3 weeks ago, I believe, and then Jeff Neal pulled out for an injury. So the fact that they managed to remake this fight 3 weeks later, and that's how good the fight was, given the fact that Jeff Neal wasn't 100%.
Yeah.
You're like, wow. Some people scored it 2-0, Jeff Neal heading to the third. So there's all the drama and the suspense into it. Shavkat's going to lose his O if he doesn't do something quick.
Yeah.
And then he pulls out the standing rear naked choke. That fight was just phenomenal.
And then, Jeff Neal, like, hurting him a little bit. It was kind of cool in that third round. And then him overcoming that adversity and then breaking Jeff Neal. It was crazy, man. It was a crazy back and forth fight. And not only did it show us where Jeff Neal's at, it showed us where Shavkat's at. So I think it's a great fight for that too, as well.
Yeah, agreed. My next one, this isn't a popular pick, but I liked it because it was just, I feel like it's something that not everyone's going to go for, and that's Diego Lopez and Movsar Evloev. So you got Evloev's always on the line. You got Diego Lopez, this just hipster brash kid. He's got this crazy funky style. None of us knew who he was, but I can tell you for this, that fight was that good. Everybody started paying attention to that kid afterwards.
Yep.
It's just from hurting him, from submission threats, and then Movsar controlling certain elements of the fight. We got to see everything in that fight. We got to see striking, we got to see grappling, we got to see top control in terms of wrestling and everything else. Everything that you want in a mixed martial arts fight that had. It might have not been bloody, or might have not looked like 2 rock'em sock'em robots, but we saw a lot of skill in that fight.
Yeah, a lot of good grappling too.
Yeah, agreed. Number 3, if you haven't got this fight on your list, well, what the fuck you doing, really?
Oh, man.
Dan Hooker and Jalen Turner. Like, to this day, I still don't know how he ate that kick. I really don't.
Called grit.
Yeah. Any other lightweight on planet Earth, yeah, and that's a headshot dead.
Mm-hmm.
That's a headshot dead. But yeah, back and forth, constant pace, constant pressure, had everything. And you know, it is the dance partners as well makes a difference. So Jalen being a big difference as well. His contribution to the fight, Hooker's contribution to the fight. It's just one of those fighters. It's just one of those where, yes, there's a winner and a loser, but neither individual lost stock in that fight.
Yeah, 100% agree.
Yeah, and we got number 2. So Volkan Makachev won. That was probably the most skilled. That's the most amount of skill I've ever seen displayed in a fight since Jones DC.
Yep.
What a fight that was!
Yeah, it was great. It was a phenomenal fight. It was a phenomenal
what a fight that was.
Yeah,
the skill level between the two, but also I think what puts it on the list was the fact that I think the vast majority of us, myself included, didn't really give Volk that much of a chance.
Yeah.
But it's just everything from the takedown defense, him hurting Makachev having his control in round 4, um, it being in Australia as well. So obviously Makachev on in enemy territory as well. That's a big deal. And everybody talking about the 24 the rehydration window's not as big and how Makachev looked and everything else. So in spite of all of that, Makachev in one way, shape, or form managed to get the W as well. So you gotta give him props as well. And
Yeah.
then you look at the rematch. Although the rematch wasn't ideal, the circumstances, the rematch.
Yeah, he got it done. He got it done 100%.
Yeah, he got it done. Yeah. Number
So,
one.
all right,
Is your
man.
number one the same as mine?
No, but let me pull it up. So,
Yeah.
and his number one right here.
Yeah. Slava and Sadia Khan Nazim. Do I really need to say a lot about this fight
Yeah,
and how good it was?
this fight, man, it it just I thought Slava was gonna go out here and kind of steamroll him. I'm not gonna lie, but Sadiakov, I mean, he took some damage in that first round, but
Yeah.
man, when he landed that fucking head kick and the way he threw it, bro, I will never forget it. Straight hand, lead uppercut, and then a high kick roundhouse to his head. I was losing my mind when he did that. I was like, wow, okay, Sadikov is him. Because I mean, he sustained, in my opinion, I thought Slava was the better striker,
Yeah, I think everybody had that on paper. I think that's what everybody said.
Well, and for him to know how to deal with, even though Slava is the better striker, finding his moments to strike and just hurting him. I mean, it was great.
Yeah, it was a great fight, and the thing is as well, what people don't understand about that fight is that fight was so good that the judges couldn't possibly score it for one guy or the other. 2 of the 3 judges scored at a draw.
Yeah, I mean it was a tough fight to score, honestly.
It really was a tough fight to score. Like if you ask me how to score, I could watch that fight 5 times and score it 5 different ways.
Yeah,
That's how tricky it is to score that fight. It's one of those. I want to hear yours now. I'm quite excited.
Yep. So let me start with the nominations, okay? Of your boy eBay's. And then get these down out the way. So I'm gonna give you guys my nominations. Number 5, Jeff Neal. We kind of talked about it. Versus Shavkat. Great, phenomenal fight. And I think like I said before, Shavkat proved a lot. Jeff Neal proved a lot. Just a great fight. Obviously, this was Ed's number 1 pick. I went with that number 4. I mean, Slava versus Sadikov, phenomenal, great scrap. I mean, a lot of technical, great striking displayed by both guys. And it was just a phenomenal fight. At number 3, I went with Islam versus Volk, one of the better champ versus, I think the best champ versus champ
It
fight.
definitely is between 2 individuals, probably the most skilled, and I've seen, like I said, in the last DC and Jones was when 2015, something like that.
Yep.
We're talking nearly a decade.
The best champ versus champ fight ever. So they set the bar pretty high. At number 2, I went with Brandon Moreno versus Pantoja. Phenomenal fight. These guys were fighting in the pocket. The Moreno boxing was great. Pantoja hurting him with the power, finding the takedowns. It was a great scrap. Them boys put it on for the flyweights that day, and Pantoja winning the belt was great. It was a really, really great fight, to be honest with you. Even though I might hate Moreno with every being in my body, it was a great fight. And at number 1, let me get this on the way. If you don't know eBay, now you're gonna know me really well. I went with Daniel Hooker versus Jalen Turner. Now, the reason why I went with this is number 1. The whole world called me crazy for picking Mr. Daniel Preston Hooker to defeat Jalen Turner. Not only did Hooker go in there and showed why, yeah, tough times might be tough, but they don't last like Daniel Preston Hooker, because my boy is bigger than tough. He's better than tough. He can take a damn missile to the chin and still keep him coming. And I don't think I've watched a fight. You guys can go watch the stream where I've been more inspired, more happy to see someone win than this one. A lot of people were saying, Journeyman, go away. A lot of people were saying it's time to retire, buddy. You got stopped by a featherweight. Dustin Poirier took your career. Chandler KO'd you. Time to retire, buddy. Your record sucks. Jalen Turner is gonna destroy you. All the hate this guy took during fight week. They said he looked like Ellen DeGeneres. They said his tattoo sucks. This and that.
His tattoos does suck. That doesn't change the fact that his tattoos suck.
The stats were against him. And he went out there and took out everyone's favorite hitman in Jalen Turner, even though I love Jalen Turner too. Jalen Turner. I've never been more.
I'm quite happy with your list, you know. I got four of the 5 fights, so we weren't that far off each other.
Yeah, for sure. You know, great minds think alike, brother. Yeah. But yeah, it was phenomenal to see Turner, show a lot of ability. I think Turner, he still has a lot of time of improvement. I'm happy he actually lost this fight because he still has a lot of room to grow, and he's my secret weapon. And I need him to be polished everywhere. You know, there's dark times ahead of us, y'all. Beneil Dariush, he can't take out the young guys no more. It's a wrap, right? And he, I thought we would never let Armin get in the top 5, but now we're here.
You're just moving like Dr. Jerome right now. You're putting your androids in there to send the hit out on Goku or something. Like you're sending Jay Turner out for the lightweights now.
His number one target is Armin. It's all right. He must go. But
what makes your list so great is you could put any one of those 5 fights as number 1, and nobody would bat an eyelid.
Yeah, man, it was a fun. I think. Even your list, I like that you added Diego Lopez versus Mozart because when I seen it originally, I was like, okay, that's cool. From Ed, I think a lot of people might not appreciate that fight, but the grappling and just the things that obviously you love to see a great debut. I think he had debut of the year, even though he lost. He had debut of the year, and
some people thought he won as well.
Exactly, that is true. So.
And we're talking about him potentially beating a guy who was undefeated on his debut and a guy that many considered was going to be champion.
And also, I mean, he's on his way to, number 1 contendership. I mean, if he beats Arnold Allen, he's right up there, So
not happening, buddy. But yeah, TVK got this. Like we got momentum right now, man. We got 2 champs. And Arnold Allen's got I think he's got a top 6 opponent.
Yeah,
so we're looking good at the moment. We're looking good. Yeah. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Let me answer this quick question. What do you think about Cody Garbrandt's performance? I'm 50-50 on it. I'm happy he got the knockout, but at the same time, he's still showing some of the same glaring holes. And it's like he kind of reverted back to his old self, like pre Cody Garbrandt, where he was just more aggressive. Yeah. It's kind of weird. Like you see different shades of Cody. I feel like I've seen wrestler Cody against Trevor Jones. Obviously, I saw more tactical and more counter striker Cody against Rafael Sansao, and then obviously I see Blitz Cody. The guy that fought fucking Pedro Munoz and those guys. I feel like I saw the same guy.
I don't even like talking about the Munoz fight because I'm not even a Cody fan. But for me, you watch that fight and you're like, bro, that fight was so easy for you and you absolutely threw it away.
That's absolutely. Okay. I understand why people they hate on Cody Garbrandt fans because we do make a lot of excuses. Okay, was Rob Font better than us? Yes. Was TJ Dillashaw better than us? Yes. Okay, I'm not gonna deny that. Was fucking Kai Car France better than us? I still think weight cut was involved, but yes. All right. But fucking Pedro Munoz was not better than Cody Garbrandt. I will stand on that.
Yeah, I would say that too.
Stand on that, bro.
Skill for skill, I don't think so. It's just Pedro's more durable, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's all that happened.
Uncle Dana, you better book Cody and Dominic Cruz for 300, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
We got to see that.
It has to happen. I think it's an interesting fight because they're both in different parallels of their career. Cope. Look at Fuego. But yeah, so our last, obviously, we got to go with our last award, Fighter of the Year. And so did you start off last time?
Yeah, I did it first, so you go first.
Okay, so I'm gonna go first. ATT fighter slander as soon as I join.
What did we say about ATT?
Yeah, well, Pedro Munoz is there.
Oh, yeah, because he's relevant at ATT. They don't even know who he is. They think he's like the janitor mopping the mats or something.
Yeah, he's not even in contention, bro. Like, I don't even know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
bro. Like,
So okay, I'm gonna give my nominations for fighter of the year. Number 5, I went with John Jones. I know you only had one fight, but how can you not bring up John Jones? I mean, submitting Cyril Gane in the first round the way he did. I rewatched that fight, by the way. Craziest fight probably of all time. Because like I'm watching and I'm like, Cyril Gane, why are you moving the way you're moving? Why are you letting this man do this to you? And it's like it's so weird how he submits. It's just so almost like it's so easy.
You can't have this guy in top 5. You chickened out against Stipe. I'm vetoing this one. You can have the floor with the rest of them, but you absolutely chickened out against Stipe.
I mean, I gotta add him because it's just a shock. Like Cyril Gane was considered the next generation of heavyweight, the next generational GOAT of the heavyweight, and he just played with him. So
of course I kid, but it's like, do you know what it is? We stayed up and we've been thinking about for months how that fight's gonna go. For it to end in a minute, you're like, oh fuck.
I remember doing a film study breakdown. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be a tactical fight. I think it's gonna be a long fight. And yeah, man, Yuri versus Rakic War Yuri. I see you soon, buddy. See you soon. But yeah, number 4, I went with Justin Gaethje. How can you not add him? Beating Rafael Fiziev and Dustin Poirier, knocking out Dustin Poirier the way he did. Spectacular fashion. Yeah. At number 3, I had to add Islam Makhachev. I'm not the biggest fan of Islam, but I mean, respect to him. I mean, he beat Volkanovski technically twice, and then he knocked him out in the rematch, and it was just kind of crazy. And you got to add Islam Makhachev in your list. At number 2, now this one, I think people are gonna kill me for my number 1 slot because I almost went with Deshaun motherfucking Strickland.
I want to grab you through the screen already.
He fought 3 times this year, beat Nasruddin Amaev, beat Abus Magomedov, and obviously beat Israel Adesanya.
2 of the 3 were short notice, by the way.
Exactly. It's very true. Phenomenal resume this year. He just killed it this year, honestly. And just dominating Adesanya for 4 rounds out of 5. Looks spectacular. Obviously, I wanted to give it to him, but the reason why I'm giving number 1 to who I'm giving number 1, people are going to kill me for this one because I don't think a lot of people are going to expect this. But the reason why I went with Leon Scissorhands.
Leon Edwards.
Yeah.
I can't be mad now that you said this.
I think Leon Edwards deserves to be fighter of the year. This might be some recency bias, call what it was. Now, Colby Covington, and we'll talk about this, has literally made it so hard for me to be a fan. But we all know you boy love Leon. Now, I had to go pick who do I love more. Colby, obviously. I have a lot of respect for Colby. In 2019, I said it for the longest time. Colby Covington and Kumar Usman are the best welterweights on the planet, and it's gonna be like that for a long time. No one's gonna touch them. And Leon Edwards in 5 years' time has beaten both of them and 49-46 them in the same year. So I know a lot of people are gonna be mad, but I think Leon Edwards could be fight of the year because of beating Colby Covington and, obviously winning the eBay fight predictions. UFC 296 was my pay-per-view, by the way. It was my favorite fighters fighting. So winning that inaugural pay-per-view, beating Colby Covington, beating Kumar Usman, I had to give him fighter of the year. You know what I'm saying? So how do you feel about the list?
Bro, I'm a real Leon fan, and I didn't think of giving him number 1. Just had to put that out there. But yeah, I do like your list though. I will say that. I do like your list.
Whole list invalid. Where's Pantoja? Okay, I mean, all
I
right.
didn't
So
even put Pantoja because one of them he beat two schmucks he's already beat before.
yeah, that is true. Two
That was
rematches.
my thought process behind it.
Yeah,
And to be honest, like he was fading away in the Royval fight. Of course, Royval didn't really present him with much of a threat in the later rounds, but he was fading in that fight, and he was fading in the Moreno fight as well. But got kudos to him. He hung in and got the W's, but
yeah,
I don't know. He won 2 decisions against one of the guys. One of the guys he'd already finished in the second round,
yeah. That's
and
true.
then so for me, I was just like, I just didn't look at it like that. But my fighters of the year.
Oh yeah, let me get yours up.
Actually, I don't know why the fuck I put it this way around, but yeah.
All right, yeah, I got it. So these are Ed's nominations.
Can we swap 5 and 4 because I didn't write mine in order, but 5 and 4 I swapped around. So number
Okay.
5, mine was Saint Denis. So
Oh, okay. All right.
yeah, but Saint Denis, he 3-0 this year, 3 finishes, cracked the top 15, sensational knockout MSG at my boy Matt Frivolda's expense. But this guy looks like a fucking monster at 155. He just does, and people aren't talking about him yet at 155. But if he gets a top 10 matchup and wins, then they'll start talking about him. And by then, these guys are too slow to have caught on. Me and FA know about
Yeah.
and well, Saint Denis, but you know how it is with me and FA. We say something, and then 6 months later, these schmucks catch on later.
Yeah, it's a bit of a it's a bit of a trend lately.
But yeah, number 4, mine was Tom Aspinall. If people remember 2 years ago, people remember about the Blades fight. This was 2 years ago. Tore his knee apart, having to do the recovery and the AC, and the rehab and everything else, and not knowing if he was ever going to be the same. Beating Tybura earlier on in the year, and then I think we'd mentioned it earlier, coming to MSG on 2 weeks' notice against Pavlovich, who's everybody's talked about as being the most fearful power puncher in the entire roster, and to beat him in like a minute in the fashion that he did. And he ate punches early on as well, where people thought he was going to get slapped.
Yeah.
And the UK have finally got a heavyweight champ in mixed martial arts, and
That's
that's a big thing for us.
Yeah.
And the world's his oyster now because people are talking about fuck Stipe, let's have him versus John Jones instead. I mean, John Jones in the UK against Tom Aspinall, I'm not mad at it. I'd have to give up. I'd have to give up a lot to try and get those tickets, but
it's gonna be tough, man.
if that happens, I'll try my best to get those tickets. I'll tell you that. But yeah, I would. Again, so moving on. Number 3, Justin Gaethje beats Rafael Fiziev, who everybody said was going to murder him. The only person who didn't say that on this platform was eBay's Fight Predictions.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Justin Gaethje schools Rafael Fiziev, in my opinion. Looked sensational in that fight. He then turns around, fights Dustin Poirier in altitude, and then headshots him. And now we're talking about this guy fighting for a championship belt. What a way to turn it around.
Yeah.
Fought a guy who was considered elite in Dustin Poirier universally, and also fought one of the new gen guys who everybody said he was ducking.
Yep.
And humbled him too.
Yeah.
So
great year for Gaethje.
Justin Gaethje looked sensational in both fights. And now we're talking about him fighting for a belt. So yep, kudos to Justin Gaethje. Great performances in both fights. Number 2. The reason why I've got Islam on number 2, I'll explain why I put number 1 at number 1 later on. But Islam Makhachev goes 2-0. The first fight he wins was on enemy territory against a very skilled guy, Volkanovski, pound for pound number 1. Beat him 3 rounds to 2. Whether we agree or not, they both put in a fantastic performance, and we can't discredit either guy, regardless of how we feel about how that fight got scored.
Yeah.
The second fight, however, was Volkanovski stepping on a short notice. Volkanovski is stylistically very different to Charles Oliveira, and for Islam Makhachev to still adjust in 10 days, adjust his training around, and still perform in the manner he did against Volkanovski and finish him in the first round, and by head kick too.
Yeah,
crazy shit. And we're talking about this guy. People are at the point where they're talking about this guy what's going to happen. He's already beat Charles. If he fights Justin, what's next for him after that? We're at the point where most of us want to see him fight the same guys he's already beat in Arman Tsarukyan and Charles Oliveira. That's how the division's looking at lightweight at the moment. Anyways, number one. That was supposed to be my drum roll, so don't crucify me. Number one fight of the year is the Sean Strickland.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, he's my pick. Probably a casual's pick because everyone's picked him. But do you know what? It was just a no-brainer. So between December 2022 and September 2023, when he won the belt, he had fought 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
That averages a fight every 2.5 months, considering these guys also train, go in camp, and cut weight as well, which is insane in terms of activity.
Yep.
He also performed, in my opinion, the upset of the year. Not only beating Adesanya, he beat him. He 50-45, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean,
won every single second of that fight.
No, I think was it 49-46. I think they gave
Izzy round 2, but yeah, 49-46. Not only did he beat the fuck out of Izzy, everything from the press conference to go into that part of the world, flying and contending, like I said, contending with a camp, a weight cut. He'd already fought previously earlier on in the year as well. He beat Izzy and basically he didn't really have a camp to beat one of the best middleweights we've ever seen step foot in an octagon, which is crazy to think about that.
Yeah.
And he's put it like that. He also then stepped in to fight Imavov after I thought, in my opinion, he got robbed against Cannonier, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
A month, was it what, 2-3 weeks later he fought him and then got the win there?
It's kind of crazy because he fought on the last fight night of the
year.
On
the last one and then fought in the first card of this year as well. Which is crazy.
Exactly. Yep.
Then he fights Abus Magomedov, which everybody took this guy up. Despite they've never seen anything on him. Just saw that he got a couple highlight reels and they said, okay, he'll fight Sean.
Yeah,
Sean beats him, puts a whooping on him.
Man.
I've never seen someone get whooped that bad. And people forget this earlier on. Sean got eye poked very badly early on in that fight.
Yep.
Very badly.
Let him know, Ed. Let him know.
I'm going to cook now. He could have pulled out that fight and bitched out, but he didn't. He stuck through and he overcame everything and he put a whooping on him. He opened a can of whoop ass on that schmuck.
Yeah. So
we got through there. Then obviously he turns around, fights Izzy, wins the belt on Izzy's turf, which is amazing. But it's not even that. That's the accomplishments in the octagon's one thing, but outside of the octagon, he's become relatable with people. He's become a bigger star, a bigger name. He's got his name out there. He's making money outside of the octagon as well. Everything from the clips with Nina Drama, everything with even at 296, him kicking off with Drickus and stuff like that. He's just getting his name out there, and he's. If we can say one thing 2023 has brought us is that they've brought us a potential star in Sean Strickland, and that's why he's my fighter of the year.
Yeah, man, Sean, he killed. That was the guy I really wanted to give it to him. And people might call my fight of the year thing crazy, but man, his year was just so having 3 fights, and it felt like you saw him kind of like grow. His storyline to the belt. It was so crazy, and for him to win that belt and for that to be the climax, you saw him fight Nasir Damayev, and he was a joke. All right, he's the guy that got knocked out by Alex Pierre. What is he doing, right? But he takes the fight on short notice, wins it. Then he goes on Joe Rogan after beating Abus Magomedov in the summer, right? Makes the Dagestani quit, right? And he tells his story about, his dad and his life and this and that. And he's hating on Izzy. And everyone's like, oh, Sean Strickland, this and that. Why is he talking crazy? And then he takes the opportunity of a lifetime against the guy he was hating on, or the guy he called out on his bullshit, right? For being a bit of a narcissist, a bit of a prick kind of champ, and dethroning him. And just, you could see his storyline and his character progression to that moment, winning the belt in the biggest upset, of the year, and just showing the whole world hey, you can do anything if you put your mind to it. And it's just a great story, I think.
Yeah.
Sean, you can make a movie about him, like he just has like a lot of Steve Austin in him, you know what I'm saying? Like he just is relatable, and it was one of those fights where it's just like, wow, man, it was awesome to watch, man. And Sean is, even though he's not the funnest fighter to watch, the guy gives it all all he got, and I respect that.
Yeah, that's one thing I agree with you, is that obviously we see fighters lose decisions and stuff, but one thing you can't say about Sean and the time we've been watching him is that you can't say he's ever one bitched out or two just quit. He always keeps going, always keeps going. You see certain fighters, they're dejected and they just don't try and win. It's almost like getting to the final bell is good enough. It's like they can say, "Oh, I've only lost by decision."
Yeah,
it's like this guy always keeps going.
Yeah, man. And yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, that is it for our year-end awards. I mean, this was fun, man. I thought this was actually really, really good. But I mean, obviously, we got to talk about some UFC 296. It was a great battle. Ed versus eBay, America versus the UK. But sadly,
you suck. You suck. You suck. You suck. What's the record now in title fights? 5-1 for the UK.
All right, relax, man. Relax, man. Sadly, America couldn't get it done. Let's get into the main event. Actually, I just really want to talk about the main event like a lot right now, because I want to get a lot. I feel like my recap, I couldn't get a lot of stuff off my chest because I was so happy. Like, I love both of them, right? I really do. They're some of my favorite welterweights. In 2019, I said both those guys would fight for a belt. I said it for the longest. I manifested that fight. All right. I don't care what no one said. I kept saying that's gonna happen, and it happened. And
bro, you're starting to behave like Izzy. Do you paint your toenails as well now?
Huh?
You started to behave like Izzy now. Do you paint your toenails as well?
Nah.
I'm manifesting this.
I did, bro. I don't care what no one says, bro. I've been saying it for the longest they were gonna fight for the belt. But it was one of those things where it's just like it killed me because I didn't think it was gonna be as competitive, and I thought it was gonna be more competitive. And obviously Leon did his thing, and I think it just showed how great Leon is. But Colby, first of all, he got beat. And second of all, my God, did he did he put his fucking foot in his mouth, bro? Like, I have never seen a fighter in a matter of like 6 days, at least the past 6, not even the past 6 days, maybe past like 4 days, completely get completely lose me. And I'm not gonna go out here and be like Colby Covington, is a bum or or this or that. But one thing for sure, that was one of the weakest moves I've ever seen in a press conference in a long time. And I've defended Colby Covington on certain things, right? I really have. I mean, even some of the stuff he said about Usman, right?
I don't want to sound like I'm tripping here, but he did say to Usman something about smoke signals, didn't he?
Yeah, he said, he did get in trouble for that. I remember that.
Yeah, bro. We knew that guy was tripping for years, bro. But
even that I let slide, bro. I let a lot of stuff slide. But the Leon Edwards dad comment was one of the weakest things I've ever seen, bro. Like, that was trash.
I couldn't even tell you why he did it, though. It's not like he ever had a personal issue with Leon. Like, I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah, and it's like, why, bro? Like, why? Like, and I like, you guys, I love Colby's my guy, bro. But why? And then to go from there and basically lose a 4-1 or 3-2. You can say 3-2.
We can't say 3-2. Don't bullshit us now, either.
I mean, no, some people do say 3-2, but I mean, it was a 4-1, no matter however you look at it. And to just, if he would have went radio silent, I would have been okay. I would have been happy. I'd have been like, Colby's still my guy, right? He is still my guy, but he's fucking making it tough, right?
They gotta stop interviewing challenges in the octagon as well, man. It fucking derails it, man. They started it ever since they did it with DC. And
It's stupid. It's retarded,
so
right?
stupid. I don't want to hear from the schmuck who lost. I want to hear from the guy who won the fight.
But what fucking kills me, what really does, like, you lost the fight, bro. He beat you. Like, a lot of people are like, why didn't Colby engage? Da 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 da. And or he seemed like he didn't even try. And maybe like if he would have been more offensive and this and that, we probably would have seen a finish. I think Colby knew, and it happens. I've seen it happen to guys when you're fighting someone who's a way better striker than you. And I'm not saying Colby's a horrible striker, but Leon was just a better striker. That's just the facts, right? You know, it's gonna, like, you know, you turn into that what's it called, that statue almost, and you don't like engage as much, right? Now, do I think if Colby, he could have made the fight dirty, and you know, if he would have went out there and took chances and this and that, but if he would have took chances, he might have got finished. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, maybe he got a takedown. You never know. You got to play that Russian roulette sometimes. And obviously, Colby Covington wasn't willing to do that.
That embedded thing told me everything I needed to know. It's the character. It's the character. I was like, yeah, he's mentally checked out. He's fucked. I'll be honest. I'm nobody more than me wanted to see Colby spot cold. Get carried down the stretcher. It's like I also knew that in my head. I also knew that Leon needed to keep a cool head, and which is why I understood the game plan. Maybe the game plan was a little different heading into that fight than what they actually implemented on the night. I'm willing to bet that they tweaked it a bit.
Yeah,
but you know, I was so proud because obviously, like being a UK MMA fan as well, you're like, one, we don't see guys winning the belts all the time, and two, we've actually got a guy who's got 2 defenses under his belt.
Yeah.
So it's like he's had what 3 fights in 14 months. That's like what we're talking, a fight every 4 or 5 months. So I don't really know why people are complaining about the activity. That's roughly the same as what Usman was doing. So let's not have people chat shit. And the thing is as well, he literally went on Ariel's show the week before 296 and said, I was ready in August, but they had Izzy lined up for September and they had Islam lined up for Abu Dhabi and they had John Jones lined up for November. So what the fuck was he supposed to do? So
exactly, right.
I don't really know what people want him to do. It's like if the UFC go to you, right, well, we're going to Australia and it makes no sense to put you there. And we're going to Abu Dhabi and we've got Islam and Khamzat there. And we're going to MSG. We might have you there, but we've also got John Jones fighting on that card. And we've got 2 title fights on that card already. And Pereira. So the light heavyweight belt was on that card and the heavyweight belt was on that card. They weren't going to put him third down on the list against Colby Covington because Colby Covington's either a co-main title fight or a main pay-per-view fight, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna have it that low on the card.
No, I agree.
I don't really know what people want. I don't really know what people want Leon to do about it, or Dana White.
Yeah,
me and you said this back in July. We said Leon's gonna fight either in November or December. So if us two can call it, then why are people so surprised that he didn't fight till later on in the year?
No, you know, and they're just, I don't know, they're just retarded, bro. Like, and I know I'm using that word a lot. I gotta watch out, but it's some people, I don't know. It's the recency bias. It's a disease in this MMA community, bro. It's like, yeah, people forgot. You know, he went out there, not only knocked out Usman in the 5th round last August, but he just went out there like in March, right? And then beat Usman in a decision. It's like, bro, relax.
He dominated Usman. Let's not forget, like. There's no difference between Colby's fight and the Usman fight. He nullified both of them to a point where none of them knew what the fuck to do.
Yeah, like that was one of the things, like, I was so impressed. That's why, because, you know, I hold those guys at high regard. I mean, just last year, bro, 2022, I was like, yo, those are the best welterweights on the planet. No one's touching them. And he just went out there and beat both of them, right? So, I hold those guys in high regard. And for him to do what he did, we're
talking 13 fights unbeaten. We're talking hasn't lost a fight in 8 years. Has beat 2 guys 4 rounds to 1. He's got wins over number 1, 2, and the Bilal fight, who's ranked and Bilal as well, number 3. And it's just like, I don't know. I honestly want to see him just fight Bilal next, just to murk him so people can shut the fuck up. Yeah, it's making out like he's ducking someone that he absolutely
I don't get that. That's like crazy to me. I don't like. I rewatched that fight, bro, recently, and it's just like
The fight's embarrassing. You see the gulf and disparity between the two of them. Like,
yeah,
it's
you know,
embarrassing to watch.
do I think Bilal can make it different? Yeah, it's a rematch and it was a long time ago, but like, my God, bro, like, relax, bro. What has he done that is so different from what he was before? You know, like, I just don't see it going
Yeah,
Bilal.
man, it's just he's annoying me, to be honest. He beat Wonderboy. Shavkat finished Wonderboy. And
Yeah,
it's like Shavkat beat Jeff Neal, who put your lights out. And it's like, bro, like, what are we talking about here? Yes, you're on a 10-fight unbeaten streak. Technically, yes, because the Leon thing was an eye poke.
yeah.
But then we're also talking about Shavkat, who's 18 fights unbeaten and 18 finishes. Like, come
And
on,
like,
bro. Everything you did, Shavkat's done better. Like, we're not going to even.
obviously, I think, and it's like I respect him, I really do, because
It makes it hard to like him, though. It really does.
no, you know, one thing I do respect him about, because I never in a million years ever thought he would get to this point in his career where he's the number 2 welterweight in the world. I never thought he'd get this far. So I
Yeah.
give him credit. I do give him a lot of credit because it's kind of crazy, bro. In 2020, he was fucking fighting Lyman. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was fighting
London
schmucks
Village
like
shit,
that.
like, bro, he makes fucking Marco Madsen look like Francis Ngannou, though.
Exactly. So it's like, you know, Bilal, I mean, it's crazy how far he's come. I respect him for that, but he's just gonna be one of these, like, you know, workhorse number one contenders that we've seen over and over and over again. And you know, he's just not gonna be like, you
Bro,
know,
why does Fuego ride Bilal so much? He's not ATT, you know.
I don't know, but it's kind of crazy. Like, Fuego's like, it's insane, bro. It's insane. He's number one. Leon's just holding his belt.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But you know, one thing. Oh, so back to Colby Covington. Actually, the interviews at Fox News.
I've seen clips. I haven't seen the whole thing, so I don't understand the context because I don't want to talk about something that I'm not seeing the full
Bro,
experience. If that makes sense.
shut up. Like, that's all I can tell to Colby. Shut the fuck up, bro. Like, shut the fuck. Like, it's like, I'm serious, bro. Like, it's like, no, bro. You're like, dude. Like, if I was Trump, I'm like, bro, just shut up. Like, why? I've never seen him do this much, like, media after a fight, bro. It's crazy. Like,
That's the first time I've seen something like that as well. I think I don't really know what he's trying to do or trying to accomplish. Dana just said, you know what, he's 35 and he looked like he was 35. But I was like, there's more to it than that. He talked a bit too much, and then Leon
no,
made him shit himself at the weigh-ins.
yeah, and also I just think Leon, he beat him. I think that's just, it's just that simple. I don't think it's the age. No, you know, and I do think he is fighting kind of. I ever since he got TKO'd by Usman, um, he's never kind of fought the same like he's fought since the Robbie fight. To
He
be
also
honest,
switched camps though as well, didn't he?
yeah, those motherfuckers I think might have.
Because I think, to be honest, the way he fight, his style at MMA Masters with the Jorge fight and the Usman fight, he got dropped in both. Usman too. He got dropped in both fights.
Yeah, he did.
He was susceptible to hooks, and you saw Leon throwing like that lead hook. He was throwing it early on just to let him know he was there.
Yeah,
But like I said, I think Jorge. I think he was just one. I think he just looked at it and goes, "I've been dropped in the last two fights. I've gotten this guy mad. I can't really fight him head hard like I thought Usman, because Usman, say what you want about him hitting hard, he's not accurate as Leon.
yeah, no, it would have been. I mean, Usman, he swings like to be honest with you, Colby, if he was to engage the way he did, he'd have to like level change a million. Like, you know how
Yeah,
Marav fights, like he'd have to do it like that. To only be in the
yeah,
pocket like that for as long, because Leon would snipe him.
yeah. My opinion, if Colby fought how he did in the Usman 2 fight, he'd have got knocked out inside 3 rounds. That's
Yeah,
my
it'd have
opinion.
been bad.
I think he
It'd
would have gotten knocked out.
and
It's just Leon's just too accurate, you know. He's just too accurate. It's just you gotta understand, even for me, because I watch you gotta understand. I've been watching guys like Ross Pearson and Michael Bisping. I've
yeah,
never seen a guy hit as hot, like as accurate as Leon, and how pinpoint he is.
yeah,
Me, even for someone like me, who's used to
mhm,
watching guys like that, even I'm like, what the fuck? Like, he's just so accurate.
yeah, um,
MMA
yeah,
Masters get cooked on IG and Twitter. They do this a lot though, don't they? It's like people always cook certain camps. Like people were telling Izzy to leave City Kickboxing after he lost to Strickland.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. With Colby, bro, he has to be very careful right now, man. Like, obviously,
Can you imagine him at a place like Extreme Couture with Strickland and that?
it wouldn't work out, bro. Like, honestly, like he needs to watch out. Like, I don't know. Like, some of these people are crazy, bro. So I swear to God, you got some people will fucking find like
Some people don't give a fuck, you know.
Yeah,
He doesn't
exactly.
understand
He
that
has to be
level.
careful, bro. Honestly, like I've seen people say he won't make it past 40. I don't think he's ever gonna get hurt, but I'm not saying he should retire. I think there are Colby Covington, even at 35, there's still somebody he can beat. But
I do also think it's too reactionary. Like he has fought the best guy in the division.
yeah, and I do think that too. I think a lot of people are being
If
like,
I look at welterweight right now, in spite of obviously recency bias is going to play a fact, but it's just like I look at welterweight and you're like, so let me look at welterweight. Usman's always a competitive fight, but Usman edges it. Belal's a toss up, but that's going to be boring as fuck. Shavkat's a hard fight. Gilbert Burns, that's a hard fight because of how the Kamzat fight played out. Thompson, he smokes. Brady, interesting, but I think he beats Brady just because the volume.
yeah,
It'll overwhelm Brady with the volume of punches, and Brady isn't durable on the feet.
yeah,
Jeff Neal, that's an excellent fight, but I still think he overwhelms Jeff Neal, just given how the volume of Magny overwhelmed him.
yeah,
Luke, he does the same thing. I think he fucking smokes Gary. I'll be real.
yeah,
Medellina, just seeing what Hafiz did to him on like 3 days' notice, he beats him.
yeah.
Holland's allergic to grappling. He's fucked. Magny he beats. Chiesa he beats. Renat he beats.
Well, Kiss is a close fight. All right, hold on.
Okay, shut up. That's just not true, is it? Like, Chiesa had you waiting 2-3 years just to get choked out like that in one round. Like, you gotta admit you're disappointed in that sense.
Yeah, that hurt me, man. That hurt me. That hurt. Yeah. That hurt.
Yeah.
Bro. Blood called out Wonderboy, created a fake narrative that Wonderboy was talking shit. Bro, it's
still a top 6 fight that's relatively relevant. Like, realistically speaking. So if I go on the rankings again, fucking hell, why do I keep doing this? If I go on the rankings again, who's relevant for him to fight? Like, Gilbert Burns is out injured. Shavkat's probably got next for a bout. He's fought Usman twice. Bilal's in contention for a title fight.
Yeah.
He's obviously, Thompson's probably the next guy up, really. I'd like to see him against Brady because stylistically, I think it's fun.
Yeah, no, it's a great. No, to be honest with you, I just wish he would. The narrative is so bad on Colby Covington. Like, people have legitimately destroyed his resume. He doesn't have you know what I'm saying? So I want him to go away from these old guys. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Look at this. This is what I got to deal with every day. RDA, Lawler, Woodley, Jorge.
It's true. People say this, but it's like RDA was fighting for an interim fight belt at the time. Maya was top 5. Woodley was still a former champ, regardless of what they say. The Lawler fight is the only one that can really criticize.
Yeah, and I just wish, to a certain degree, like he would fight a Shavkat and just say fuck it, like fuck this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I get you. I'm trying to think of a fighter that's done something like this before. It's just like they've fought nothing but older. It's like even Ortega does the same thing, but Ortega doesn't get shot on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is what I have to deal with, and I just want him to be like, you know what? And like, do I think he's gonna go out there and beat Shavkat? I think it's a tough fucking fight, but I think he gets a lot of respect for taking that fight.
I think a lot's happened to Colby this year, though, because he was supposed to fight Kamzat as well. There was a lot that just fell through.
Yeah, but
and then the court case as well. If anybody's had, obviously, I still think he's a piece of shit and whatnot, but a lot hasn't gone to plan on his end this year.
Yeah. And I think he's, he just needs to get off social media.
I think it's one of those things. Outside of the character and the bullshit, he is in a lawsuit with one of his former best friends.
Yeah,
a guy that he considered to be his brother has punched him. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Then you got the lawsuit and the damage and everything else, and then you're trying to get a fight to meet ends meet, and you got all these legal fees and everything else.
Yeah,
and you're not getting the fights that you want. And you're having to sit out and shit like that. There's a lot that hasn't gone right for him, if that makes sense. And
no, I know
his personal life's affected, his professional life. I think he just went to extreme lengths to try and make himself relevant, and it's absolutely fucking backfired.
No, it's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. People genuinely was hyped about this Colby Covington Leon Edwards fight. I don't care what no one says. You guys can be like, "Oh, eBay, it was just you. It was just you." Whatever.
I mean, if it was just FA, I was too. So it's FA +1 actually.
A lot. There was a lot. No, there was either you were side Colby or you were side fucking Leon, and it was a genuinely interesting fight, right?
Yeah.
Not
It
only
was-
I don't care. People are gonna tell me, nah, pay-per-views went up, da, 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 after the press conference.
Dana didn't need to say that, by the way, because he just his way he said that translated to, do you know what, we encouraged this shit because you know what, the pay-per-views went up after he said it. Don't
Like, I'm not
don't
trying to like
don't
relate.
send the wrong message. He does this a lot. It's like, I like the UFC and they've done a lot in terms of obviously growing the sport and stuff. It's like it's the same thing with Connor and the Dolly incident. Like they were
Yeah.
using that in the promotion, and that's to this day that's the only pay-per-view event in the UFC's history that got over 2 million buys. It's
Yeah,
like you use that incident to fucking promote the fight.
yeah.
So
But
I
yeah,
think
man. And it's just it's wild to me that that he went to that. It's just such a to me. It's just it was so weak, bro. It was so weak, bro. It was so weak
it
when
was
he
a
said
bitch
that.
move, bro. I don't, like anyone and everyone will say that's a bitch move. Even people who didn't like Leon were fucking talking shit to Kobe on Twitter. It's just like
Yeah,
you're just like, even fucking, I think Jorge Masvidal posted something about the whole incident as well.
yeah. It was disappointing, but I mean that's enough for Colby. I mean I think he just needs to take a break, but it is what it is.
He's already taken 2 years off. Breaks. Just I think he just needs the rhythm.
Yeah, maybe he needs to fight. We'll see. I mean, he did say he wants to fight coming up next year, so
I
we'll
mean,
see.
I personally think Burns, Thompson, or Brady aren't bad fights, but
I mean, I think Thompson might take the fight for sure.
I don't know. Thompson's allergic to fighting grapplers, isn't it? So we'll
But
see.
I mean, he said what did he say? I'll fight guys that are like ahead of me in the rankings, though.
He did say that, but then he also they made him take that Shafkat fight. I don't care what anybody says.
Oh yeah, speaking of that shop, what did you think about that?
My thoughts changed after I heard that he broke his ankle leading up to the fight. Put it that way. I did think he started off slow, but I also think Wonderboy's got very good movement, and obviously if your ankle's giving out, then you probably do want to lean against Wonderboy and wear him out a bit before you initiate some sort of grappling sequence. But his submission transitions were phenomenal.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because I was talking to my homie about this actually, that watches MMA at the hospital, and he was like, he is the first guy to submit him, so that does say something, right?
But it's weird though, isn't it? Because I don't feel like Burns even tried to sub him. Bilal definitely didn't.
Yeah,
But Burns, I don't even feel like Burns tried. I
Yeah.
can't remember the last time Wonderboy was fighting off hands or anything like that. I really don't. But he's also stylistically never fought guys like that. He's been fighting Luke Hayes and Jeff Neals and
Yeah, no, you're
Joe
right. But I
Collins.
mean, to submit him, I mean, it does it being the first. I mean, to me, it does mean something.
Yeah, but look at his resume and tell me all the guys that he's fought remotely haven't. He's fighting Whitakers and Luke Hayes and Neals and all these kind of guys. It's like
No, I agree with you.
it's like when people say Jorge Masvidal never got knocked out to Usman, but he was fighting Ali Quinta and Michael Chiesa. Like they weren't going to knock him out, were they?
Yeah, that's true, but it should matter though. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get you. Now I do understand the point, and it obviously is a big deal. He finished him, given the fact that Bilal recently talks up that win, but yeah, Shavkat made it look even better somehow.
Yeah, like Bilal's best win is Gilbert, and that was like a weird fight, you know.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with the Shavkat Bilal thing, and I think we kind of addressed it before. Give Bilal his title shot because enough with the cry. Like if people are acting like Leon's ducking him. Like I wish what's his name? His coach never said what he said. Like talking about Gilbert should get the fight. I think the reason why his coach said that is because the Gilbert Leon fight is such a better dynamic fight, and I think it's such a good fight.
It's hard to give him it's hard to give someone a title shot off a loss, isn't it? It's happened.
But what I'm saying is the reason I kind of think I know what he's saying, and this is why I think it because it's such a good fight because Gilbert's gonna go for it.
It's
right?
a great fight. It is a great fight.
It could set up a great finish. Like I remember, you remember when Leon and Gilbert were trying to fight for the title shot for Usman, and like
but then I don't know. I think Leon. Do you know what it is? Burns never wanted anything to do with him back then. He just sat on it. But I don't blame him. I would have done the same thing. But it's like now you want to fight Leon. It's like everybody wants to fight Leon now. It's just
isn't it? I just feel like the setup for the finish for Leon would be there more. Like I feel like Bilal's gonna it's gonna be a decision. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a bad feeling, like, because I ain't gonna lie, Leon came super aggressive in that first. I don't think he's gonna do that again. And I just
but hypothetically speaking, if you fight aggressive against someone knowing that the threat coming backwards isn't as sharp, are you really gonna take it seriously?
Yeah, but I think Bilal's gonna shoot for takedowns like crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I think he's gonna find a way to get it to decision.
Bilal's been going southpaw recently though, throwing body kicks and shit. I don't know, bro. We're gonna be seeing switch. We're gonna be seeing switch stances and stuff.
I just think I think Leon's gonna like outclass him, but Burns could beat Leon more than Bilal. I mean, yeah, there's a chance, but I do think there's a chance of Leon finishing Burns. Like I don't know why, but I don't know who do you think has the worst chin out of Bilal and Burns?
Bilal.
Yeah. Oh, you think so?
Mm-hmm. I don't think Burns has a bad chin though. Like I think everyone talks about the Usman jab. One, it was his power hand, and he did it from southpaw, so it's not like his left hand touched Burns and he fell. Hooker, you get into a fist fight with Hooker, you know what's up basically, and that was a stupid game plan. So I don't really hold anything against him in that regard. I'm trying to think of the other person who's finished him. Someone else as well, but I can't put my foot on it. Someone at 55.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about it too.
I'll have a look now. But yeah, I don't think Burns has. And obviously, Khamzat dropped him, but he also dropped Khamzat as well. Like,
yeah,
it's just one of those fights where you just don't look at it. So yeah, he's been two TKO losses. So Usman and Hooker. That's it.
Yeah, did it with Nate almost. Imagine when Bilal touches that chin.
Yeah, and the Hooker one was in my opinion, they're both TKOs, but the problem was, I think, when Bilal falls down, people expect him to like go into guard. But if you're Leon, you just stand him up and hit him again, really, and just have the ref call it a day. Kind of like what Justin was doing against Tony a bit, or not Tony, Michael Johnson when he first came into the UFC. Like he dropped Michael Johnson, and Michael Johnson wanted him to go into the guard, but then he just asked the ref to stand him up. So you just kind of have to play it like that.
Yeah, that is true. That's very true.
Bro, before you go, you do realize Bilal's the only guy to get a knockout without a knockdown. Relax, bro.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, bro. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. That's his best finish, bro. I guess.
And there's no knockdown. Like he's
it's such a weak. I mean, both guys are just. I mean, that fight. Like, if you rewatch, it's like two guys that shouldn't be striking, bro. They should grapple, man.
His knockdown average. Do you want to know his knockdown average in the UFC?
It's like 0.00.
Average fight time 14 minutes and 19 seconds. Bro, there's no threat. It's just like that's basically, if you round up to 15 minutes, basically a decision every time. It's just
look at this guy. He gives CT instead of a clean KO. Even worse, cope. This guy's out of control. But I mean, yeah, 296. What did you think about 296? Overall, it was kind of one of those cards that
because I don't feel like the card lived up to my expectations.
I felt like the prelims were better.
The prelims were better than the main card.
It's crazy.
I think Josh Emmett, in a way, kind of woke us up a bit, you know.
Yeah, and that was about it.
And then obviously Tony Paddy happened. Happy with Paddy getting a win. Regardless of what people say about Tony Ferguson, Paddy looked a lot better in that cage than he did in the previous fight.
All right, bro. All right.
Did he not though? All jokes aside, like I know people talking about Tony and stuff, but nobody knocked Tony down in the first round like that.
Okay, yeah, he gets credit for that. All right,
all I'm saying is he had 20 unanswered punches. All I'm saying is if a ref stops in, Paddy gets a first round KO, and the narrative's different about the fight. So it's all the swings and roundabouts, really, isn't it? Then we talk about Paddy coming back with a bang, first round KO, what a G Paddy is, and then all that kind of stuff.
But if you actually watch the fight, bro, Tony was landing that first few minutes, and bro, it's just, bro, please.
I don't know why he brought David Goggins in, bro. Like, condition has never been a problem for that guy.
Yeah, please let Patty fight Benoit Saint Denis. That's all I ask.
Bro, bro, we're trying to fight Bobby Green, bro. And they won't green up yet.
I think Benoit's number 12. I think
Yeah, they won't give him.
Or Matt Frivola. You know what? Let's just do Matt Frivola. Let's do that one. I like that one.
No, I don't like that one because that for me is like what Colby Leon was for you. I don't even want to do that one.
Yeah, I hope they do that. But yeah, I don't know, man. Patty, he's just. I mean, like, okay, you have to admit he's not an elite fighter.
Do you also agree with the statement that he just doesn't look? It doesn't look clean in there when Paddy fights. Kind of like Drickus. It looks a bit too messy. I think that's the problem people have with Paddy, though. Do you not think?
Bro, Drickus. Okay.
I'm not having you talk Drickus like he's a top 5 middleweight of all time now, just because he beat Whitaker. I'm not having this.
Okay, all right.
He didn't look clean in the till fight.
I give you a lot of credit for that one. That one, I give you some credit. They do fight a little similar. All right, it's a little wonky.
And you just look at them and you think, I don't know how they get it done, but they keep getting it done. Do you get what I mean?
I get it. I get what you're saying, but Drickus, he has a grappling skill set.
Okay, let's not do this because Paddy does too. We're not doing this.
A grappling skill set that's good. I think Paddy's grappling skill set is not good, bro. I've never said that about Drickus.
I'm just saying, Paddy's submission defense was A1.
Well, I've seen him, bro. What's his name? What's that dude? What was that?
You gotta tell me how he got choked out when he was 16. He's been a pro fighter since he was 15, you know.
Bro, who's that guy's name, bro? Who's that like weirdo's name? The black guy. What was that guy's name, bro? The one.
Bro, you can't say weirdo and that in the same sentence, bro. Like that's.
Bro, who was that guy, Patty? I forgot his name, bro. The little weird gay. I don't want to call him gay, but you know.
Oh, Jordan Levitt.
Bro, Jordan Levitt was picking him up, bro, and double legging him, bro. Was slamming him.
Yeah, but Paddy can fight off his back though.
So, bro, I've never seen Drickus like that.
Yeah, but I've also never seen. There's a lot I've not seen from Drickus yet, bro.
I say Drickus.
I've still push him like that, bro. I'm not gonna lie, isn't good.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
Like if you're Sean Strickland, you look at a fight like that and think, bro, Till doesn't push a pace like that, and he had Drickus like that.
I know, I get what you're saying, bro. I really get what you're saying about the Drickus thing, but Drickus is still a little better. Like I don't.
You gotta admit though, Drickus is because he's winning.
He should have never got as far as he's got it. I will give you that. But Drickus is still like he has a top 10 skill set for the middleweight division. Paddy Pimblett does not have a top 10 skill set.
It's also middleweight though. We're not gonna pretend that like Kevin Holland wasn't a top 5 middleweight.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like
come on, bro. Like realistically speaking, like fucking I'm trying to think of welterweights, but it's like I think Leon could probably fight at middleweight and get into the top 5.
No, I think Leon could legitimately win that belt, bro. Like, I think he could. But no, I even think Colby Covington could actually do all right there.
Yeah.
But
do you want to see Colby at 55? I know obviously you don't want to get past the Colby talk. That's fine if you don't want to talk about it, but
no,
do you want to see Colby at 55 at this point?
No, I'm good. I think Colby, if he's gonna do anything, he probably should move up. He kind of looked big against Leon. He didn't look small. Did you see that? Did he look bigger?
I thought he looked a bit chubby though. I don't know if you guys used it with chubby in America.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like he looked bigger. Like I don't know.
He didn't look as lean as he usually does, but I think he was just intimidated by the size.
I know. I think he bulked up. I think he tried to bulk up or something, or it was like a fail at a bulk up. But or he just put on like what? Because he was in shape for his when he did the weigh-in, he was in like super lean.
But I think when people weigh in for those backup title fight shots, it's like one, people aren't going to take it seriously anymore, especially because Gamrot kind of got moved to the side.
Yeah.
Also, realistically, I know Gamrot Islam would have been a decent fight, but how many people were fucking punked when their head folk was taking that fight?
Like, yeah, that was crazy, bro. I actually legitimately
even Gamrot fans can't tell you they weren't excited for that fight.
Yeah, I thought we were legitimately gonna get Gamrot versus Islam first. I was ready to say Gamrot's about to get that world championship. I was ready to say it. But
yeah.
Nah,
155 is a mess, though. I think you add Kobe in there, you get another guy in the mix.
like all right, like even like RDA, bro, would fucking smoke Patty, bro. Right now, bro. And you know I'm not lying, bro.
RDA is hard to believe, bro, because I can't remember the last time he's looked good in a fight. And don't say, oh, where he finished Barbarina. It's like he's supposed to finish Barbarina.
Bro, Renato Mocanho?
Bro, he took that fight on short notice, bro. I'm not taking that seriously.
What do you, bro? That was a performance of a lifetime, bro. He schooled him.
5 rounds, hugged his legs. I'm not having that, bro. Like Paul Fell, the same thing. Before that, he lost to Chiesa, and bro, you lose to Chiesa in my book, bro. That's GG's.
I mean, who else did he beat?
He beat Barber. He beat Moicano, lost to Fiziev, beat Barbarina, lost to Luque.
He retired Paul Felder.
Paul Felder came out of retirement for that fight and then retired after because people kept calling him out in it, and he said he didn't want to smoke.
Yeah, he retired him.
Yeah, and then he's scheduled to fight Gamrot, though. I forgot they've made that fight. What a shit fight that is. Everyone says I'm a. You know what? People think I'm a pessimist. I'm a hater, but it's like, and you know when Dana announces that 4-5 fights, and I say, "Oh, 4 of these fights are fucking shit," and everyone goes, "Oh God, like you're fucking such a hater," and it's like I'm not a hater. I also said
when I first met you,
yeah,
and you were, I think you DM'd me when they announced Cheeto Vera versus Frank Edgar, and you said it was a bum fight. I was genuinely pissed.
It was a bum fight, though. Be honest, because
no, it just it didn't come off as a hate. And I was like, what is this guy?
Nah, it's true though. Nah, I get you, but you gotta admit, even when you watched it, like, forget the fact that Frankie got KO'd. Did you not think it was a bum fight?
Frankie was whooping his ass. It was a great fight.
But it was not a bum fight though. In general, it didn't live up to the expectations, did it?
Oh no, it lived up to my expectations. When I fucking finished. But no, it does come off like haterade, bro. It
wasn't. I just look at. Do you know what it is? Stars make fights, right? And I just look at people and I think, yeah, this isn't gonna look that good. And I said the same thing about Corey Sandhagen and Cheeto. But everyone said that was gonna be fight of the year.
Yeah, I give you credit for that. That was a good call. I mean, here's my thing. When you see like my thing is like I can appreciate when top guys fight each other.
Yeah, I suppose I get that, but it's just sometimes I don't know. You know what it's like for me, innit? I have to stay up till 5 a.m. to watch these fights. So sometimes when do I really want to stay up at 5 a.m. and watch Rafael dos Anjos and Gamrot?
Yeah, no, I feel you. I understand. I mean,
like,
it's gonna be at
I watched him fight Luque as well, and Luque just fucking.
Yeah, now that one was unforgivable by Luque. I don't know when he decided to be a grappler that day. That was unforgivable, bro.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I was ready to pick Ian Gary to smoke him because of that fight, and then Ian Gary does, what he does. But yeah. If Sandhagen loses to the Cliff Thriller, I'm done. No, I think
they've definitely rescheduled that fight because I have no idea what they're doing.
Oh yeah, I forgot my special segment for Ed. Now I'm going to be doing my own individual video, right, about who's going to be the next champion of the year. But I thought, since I have Ed here, I'm going to pick his brain, and we're going to play a little game with Ed. We're going to get the rankings out, and we're going to ask Ed who's going to be the champion of each division by next year.
So me and you are going to go head to head and then review these next year to see if we're right.
Oh yeah, for sure. We're gonna keep track.
Okay, that's fun.
Yeah. So no, I'm gonna now. Obviously, I gotta post my own video. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But
all right. So you want mine first, and then you do yours in the video. That's fine.
Yeah. So okay, we got the rankings. Dope. We got the rankings out. So Alejandro Pantoja, the flyweight division. Does Pantoja keep the belt, or does someone in the top 15 end up taking it from him?
Trying to think. I think the belt might change hands. I think it could change hands, but could very easily be kept the same way as well.
I will tell you something. There's a very interesting matchup. This should have been for the belt, but sadly it's not. Matheus Nicolau and Manal Kape are fighting January 13th. It's a very big fight in the flyweight division. It's a very big moment.
That's a rematch, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Actually, you're right. Technically, it is.
I don't know, bro. Kape also got smoked in that. See, he was the guy I was gonna pick, but Pantoja schooled him, man.
I think that's gonna be so. And then obviously Amir Albazi versus Brandon Moreno that's coming up.
I think
So
that's a fun fight, though. But that's just my opinion.
so I think obviously I don't. I swear I don't care. I'm team
Yo,
Albazi.
you do your video, man. I want to pick the champs. You do your video. I want to pick the
No,
champs.
no. Come on, no. Who you got, man? Who you got, man?
Pantoja keeps the belt. He's only 33. Pantoja
Okay,
keeps
all right. Okay, all right. Pantoja retains for the year. All right.
He'll keep his belt.
Sugar Sean O'Malley. Do you think Sugar Sean O'Malley keeps that belt at 135?
At 135.
Or do you think there's an and new?
Merab's gonna win the belt.
Oh wow. That is
couldn't give a fuck who wins at 299.
He's going with this guy. Rob Davishvili. All right. So at 145, who does Volkanovski keep the belt? Or does he not? I think
I'll go pick Aljo.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What?
I think Aljo beats Keita and then gets a title shot.
This guy?
Mm-hmm.
Hold up, bro. Wait,
what? Because I think realistically, say Ilya beats whoever beats Volk in January. Aljo's fighting what? March? April?
Wait, bro.
It's not far off.
Wait, bro.
Put Aljo down, man. Stop hating. Put Aljo down.
Wait, bro. Hold up, bro. You said Aljo, man? Hold up.
He's 35. Okay, it's now or never. It's Aljo.
Hold up, bro. Wait. This guy? No, this guy right here.
Bro, don't do that. Don't disrespect my picks like that. No.
Wait, hold on. Aljamain Sterling?
I can the main event Sterling are happy, I can share screen and do all this stuff you do, like I can start doing all of this recklessness as well,
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna chill.
I'm only trolling, but yeah. Number 5.
All right, hold up. Let me go to. I guess we're going to lightweight.
Bro, I'm serious about Aljo, by the way. But it also, that one's more iffy because I don't even know if they'll have him in that picture, if that makes sense. Yeah. Realistically, they could just do the winner of Allen and what's his name, Evloev fights for the next shot. Especially because Evloev's Russian as well. They'll probably put him in Abu Dhabi, but we'll see. 155 is next, I take it. 155, Makhachev.
Yeah, you think Makhachev keeps it?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
I think Makhachev keeps it because I think he won't fight really. He'll fight once, maybe twice if we're lucky.
So you think he fights Charles and then he retains?
I probably think he'll probably fight because I've said to you before, if he fights Charles, I think he retains. So I'm not going to backtrack and say Charles beats him now.
Yeah,
I think he fights once and retains. That's why I think he's not gonna lose it because I just don't see the activity being there.
Yeah.
A worst case scenario, if Gaethje sits on ice, he has no issues doing a trilogy with Dustin Poirier, anyways, because he's not gonna fight. Realistically, if you ask Justin Gaethje, would you rather fight Dustin Poirier for a trilogy at the BMF belt or Armin Tsarukyan? He's gonna pick Dustin, and Chandler's too busy fighting Conor. So realistically, again, we're gonna get no movement in the top 5. So Makhachev's my pick for 155.
All right, so I should probably write this. I should write this now.
Write this down, you schmuck. I thought you was.
No, it was not actually. Hold up. Let me. No. Okay, I'm gonna write it down on my notes, bro. We're gonna go back to this, bro. 2024 is gonna be hilarious. Year end awards next year is gonna be really funny, bro. Let me write this.
I can't wait to watch your video, but at least I'll put some edgy guesses out there. You're gonna play it safe and be like, well, I think this guy's gonna do. Yeah, I'll put some edgy stuff out there.
Nah, you're gonna love my shit. Okay. Yeah. So all right. So what we got is Pantoja retains.
Pantoja, Merab, Aljo.
That is crazy. The best friend's gonna get. Oh my god, it's crazy, bro. The best friend, Aljo, Merab.
It's either that or Pantoja, Merab, Ilya, and Georgia gets like 2 champs.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I
also think the UFC gonna keep Merab away from that belt. I don't know, man, but we'll see.
Pantoja, Marab, Aljo, and Islam, and then
Yeah.
170. We already know.
170, Leon.
Yeah. All right,
Things of Leon.
Leon. All right, Deshaun Strickland, does he keep it or not? 185.
He ain't keeping it. If Izzy comes back, Izzy beats him in a rematch.
Oh wow. Okay. So who do you think gets it?
Adesanya's gonna win the belt back.
Oh shit! He's picking. Oh wow! Gyno
He's gonna
Bender.
be a 3-time champ, bro. I'm telling you this.
Okay. All right. Gyno Bender keeps it or gets it. Alex Pierre. No, now this one's gonna be funny, bro. Does Alex Pierre get to keep that belt, bro? How will Alex Pierre figure out how to keep this belt? Because I think me and you feel the same way about this.
Ankalaev's gonna win the belt.
Okay. All right. Respectable. Respect. Ankalaev. And
because I think he'll win, and then I think they'll have him fight Pereira in the summer potentially, like July.
All right. Does Johnny Bones Jones keep that belt?
Okay, so this is what I think is going to happen. So technically, no. So what I think is going to happen is Jones and Stipe fights. Probably they might fight in 300, but I don't think they will because that's too soon of a turnaround for Jones.
Yeah.
I think they'll probably fight in International Fight Week. One of them wins. Both of them retire. The belt comes vacant. And then Tom gets upgraded to the inaugural heavyweight champ. Kind of like what happened to Whitaker, if you remember when Bisping dropped the belt, but Whitaker was an interim champ. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I agree.
And I think Tom Aspinall is going to fight Cyril Gane at the end of the year and beat him.
Yeah.
In July. So I think Tom Aspinall is my heavyweight champ.
I agree with that one. I can see that. I think Tom. They're gonna try to make Tom Aspinall kind of like Yoel versus Whitaker. You know.
Yeah. And I think that's going to be because apparently the rumors are that we're going to get a pay-per-view in July in the UK. So I think we're getting Cyril Gane in July.
Okay. All right. Respectable. All right. That's fair.
The 304s. We got to do the 304s as well.
All right. Do we have to?
Are you going to do them in your video?
Hell no. I don't ever do that shit, man. I don't think, bro, I'm trying to think. The last time I broke down a female fight, gave him an actual breakdown, was fucking Marina Rodriguez versus Mackenzie Dern. That's it. And
Surely not.
It has, and I haven't gone back since, and I don't plan on it.
To be fair, though, Marina Rodriguez murdered her, from what I remember.
Yeah, and I was hyped. I was fuck the kitchen MMA. Fuck the 304. They can sit down. This segment is over. But
I'll be honest with you. My picks for
you want to do it?
My picks are going to be Weili Zhang at 115. My girl Macy Barber wins the belt at 125, and then Raquel Pennington wins the belt at 135. Like anybody's going to give a fuck about that belt.
All right, so
it's not even like the picks aren't even that interesting, bro. 135 is such a shit division.
It really sucks, bro. They need to like shut it down, bro.
Bro, try and keep the YouTube as well, bro. Let's not go into
it. Bro, they need to shut that shit down. I don't care, man. Be honest, bro. Like they need to shut it down, bro.
This game is so hard to guess because you don't even know. Because I put Aljo, but if Aljo doesn't fight for 145 period, then that guess is pointless.
Yeah.
Because my first guess is obviously Ilya Topuria, but I also think I don't know. It's weird, isn't it? Because Ilya fights. I think Aljo's a favorable. That's a favorable fight for Aljo, but each their own.
The Cater. I mean, he is fighting Cater though, which is weird. They gave him. You know, that's kind of like. You know, I was gonna wrap it up, but I kind of want to get into that. The Cater Aljo fight is like. I mean, I like it for Cater, but like, man, that's like I feel bad for Aljo.
Think about it like this: Alex Pereira also got knocked out and lost his belt, but he got to fight Jan, who was number 2 and number 3.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's just like I do look at it from that side and think, what the fuck? But I would have liked to see him fight Max Holloway, but I think they must have something planned for Max Holloway.
Yeah, I think he might. No, you know what I think they might do? They might do Gaethje versus Max on 300.
That's nuts, though.
Yeah, for like.
I also think the UFC are not dumb enough to end Max's career like that.
No, but I think they're just trying to play off on that BMF bullshit. I think because I don't think they can get 3 real title fights on 300, so they're gonna fucking do some weird shit.
They'll do Conor Chandler, BMF belt, and then something else.
Yeah, like it's what I'm saying. They need like three.
And then Ronda Misha Tate.
All right, bro. All right, that's not.
Bro, you're
Oh,
gonna be so pissed if I manifest that and somehow that happens.
bro, I'm a protest, man. I'm gonna make a video. I'll make a hate video, bro. I really will, bro. Like I really, bro. I swear to God, like no, bro.
It'll be a message to Dana White and you're just ranting at the camera for 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, bro. What the fuck? Like, no, it's an insult to the fans' face if they do some crazy shit like
But
that.
they added Bo Nickel to that card already. It's like, why the fuck does Bo Nickel get to be on such a prestigious card? I don't get it.
Yeah,
And
he was on Rogan just recently.
Yeah. He's gonna bitch about it and be like, "Oh, I should be main fucking card." Based on what, you dickhead? Like,
yeah. But hey, I do actually gotta knock out and go to sleep, Ed. Though
that's fine.
But hey, I enjoyed doing this with my guy, and this is actually probably my favorite fight talk ever, honestly.
Yeah, it is, bro. I can't wait for your video now for the champs because you've got me interested. I think I can guess who you're gonna pick, but
yeah, honestly, I think this is the best one we've done. To
yeah.
be honest, bro, I real talk. We kind of winged this, and I didn't think it was gonna like be that great. But I just want to say, man, thank you guys for a great year. If I don't get to say it to you guys, this probably might be one of my last videos of the year. I think so. I might split this up and do what I got to do.
Yeah.
But I just want to say, happy holidays to you guys. Happy New Year's if I don't get to say it to you. And I appreciate all the love I got this year. Honestly, appreciate my guy Ed. And yeah, man, this was an awesome year. And I don't know why my thing is tripping out right now, but Google Chrome's being a bitch. But hey, it is what it is. So if we're on, it's on because Google Chrome is tripping. So it's not letting me.
Bro, I'm on Google Chrome as well, so don't blame me.
So,
this one was definitely dope, and like I said, I can't wait to see your champs video. Like I said, I think I have an idea who you're gonna pick, but yeah.
I mean, you got to know who I'm picking for 145. I think you know.
Do you know what it is? I think I know you that well. I'm gonna guess and send it you via DMs and see if I get it right.
Yeah, I think you know, bro. I think.
Yeah. All right. Take care, man.
Take care, everyone. All right. See you, Brody.